Acer was the first to put a small Windows 8.1 tablet on the market, so it's under pressure to deliver a worthy follow-up with its second generation slate, the Iconia W4. Can the company stand out now that there's a slew of competitors? At first glance, it's hard to say. Not much has changed in the W4's design. Not that this is necessarily a bad thing, mind you. It still has the microSD slot and micro HDMI port that we liked from the older W3, and it's still comfortable to hold, if a bit bulkier than comparable Android tablets and iPads. Acer has also replaced the W3's cheap-looking white plastic with a slightly more upscale, smoky gray. Dig a little deeper and you'll find that the W4 really is a big step up from its ancestor. It's a lot lighter, and it's using a much higher quality 8-inch display with vivid colors and wide viewing angles. It won't compare to the ultra-sharp screens found on a number of similarly sized tablets, but it's still good for movie watching and photos. Acer has also upgraded to a 5-megapixel rear camera, although this isn't a large enough improvement that you'll want to snap many pictures. The processing power has definitely taken a leap forward. Acer has caught up to its peers, and it's now using a quad-core Intel Atom chip. While you still won't want to play desktop-quality games with the W4, it's pleasantly quick for web browsing and most anything else you'd want to do on a small tablet, including running two apps side by side, which you can't always do on competing platforms. The battery life thankfully remains above average in spite of the jump in performance. We managed almost 10 hours in our testing. Windows 8.1 hasn't changed much since the W3 was released last year, so you may already know whether or not you'll enjoy the Iconia W4's tile-based, gesture-heavy interface. The tablet does benefit from a considerably wider selection of touch-friendly Windows apps this time around, including big-name titles like Flipboard, Foursquare, and Here Maps. With that said, Acer went a little overboard bundling software. On top of Microsoft Office, we counted 30 non-standard apps, only a few of which you'll probably find useful. Despite quirks like these, the Iconia W4 is easy to recommend, especially given the dirt cheap pricing. You'll typically find it selling for less than $300 in a base model with 32GB of storage, and $350 for a 64GB variant. The W4 doesn't include advanced pen support or other special tricks like you might find on the Dell Venue 8 Pro, but it's still a good, solid device that makes a convincing case for tiny Windows tablets.
Although we will always have a reference device and an Ouya in the marketplace, but when gamers move to other platforms and they move to other devices like we see here at GDC, we want to be where they are. So the idea